This episode of Man of Prestige called is simp. It's not simping. It's called retaining your power. You make the other person feel safe and secure around you. You make them feel good around you because you authentically want this person. Remember tip number 5. You focus on what you want. You make them feel good. You make them feel at home around you. That's your job. Your job is not to be right. Right don't get nobody nowhere. Doesn't get people rich. It doesn't. It's the people that get richer, even when it comes to money, are the people who make the rest of the world feel right. They put their own being right to the side, and they make the rest of the world feel right. Right? Look at all your biggest gurus. They made you feel right. A lot of times they follow your symbiotic bullshit because they're making you feel right, and it's putting money in their pocket. Like that's what it is, right? Anyways, tip number 2. Don't interrogate. All right, I'm not bragging, I promise, but I want to give you the best dating advice for men. I have 5 tips. 5. Okay, I'm gonna count down from 5 to 1. You don't want to miss number 2. I promise you, you do not want to miss this one. Okay, you don't want to miss number 2. Tip number 5. Focus on what you want. I know you love when I say that, right? Because hey, this is the guy that's holding men accountable and say, hey, hold us men accountable, and let's worry about what. Here's the simp. Let's worry about what the women want. Yes, within certain context, I probably have said certain things like that, but this is the overall ultimate of it all. Okay, as a man, focus on what you want and the things you want to do. Okay, if you can't do that, the feminine energy cannot trust you. Okay, if you don't have your own core, if you don't have plans around your own life, right? If you don't show assertiveness in expressing that you like a person, that you want them, not like or need. I'm not talking about any of this duty bullshit, honor and whatever. I'm not talking about it. Like you want this girl, right? And you make that clear. I want this girl. There's confidence behind that you need to build. If you're not able to do that, that confidence goes a long way in helping you achieve results. Okay, but when you focus on what you want and you're able to express that, I want you, girl. However way you say that, I'm African, so you may say that in a different way, whatever. But however way you normally say that, the point is that you bring confidence to that, you bring some assertiveness to that, and that's some sexy ass shit to women. Okay, all right, good. Tip number 4. You are the prize. All right, you are the prize. You didn't know that? See, I need you. This is your self-worth. Your self-esteem is key in all of this, right? And self-esteem is something that comes from the inside out. It's a vibe. It's something you exude. You can set yourself up to show it, but you can't really just do it. Like you don't really control it, except the setting yourself up for that. And the way you can set yourself up for that is to really write somewhere. If you've struggled with self-esteem and self-worth in the past, you need to write that shit somewhere and say, I am the fucking prize. Okay? You need to do that, because if you don't do that, you will suffer from self-esteem issues, self-worth issues, insecurity, especially the type of insecurity that you would never admit that you have, right? Those type, they're the worst. Like we all have insecurities, but again, we don't want them to rise to the top when you're trying to date, right? You're trying to put your best foot forward. You're not pretending, you're just putting remember, it's still yours, but your best foot, right? Because everyone does that, but sometimes people do that from a space of insecurity, and it backfires because we're humans. We can read spirits. Okay, we're spirits and we can read other spirits. Okay, all right. So now, with that being said, even though you're the prize, tip number 3: if she thinks she's the prize, be okay with it. Okay, don't argue with that she's the prize or not. Let me tell you something. Whoever is in control of themselves of their own outcome, of their own livelihood. Whoever feels not even in control, whoever feels they're in control is the person that has the power. You know, and if you get into a situation, you start arguing with her about who's the price and who's not the price, you're not sure of yourself. Okay, that's the only reason why you felt the need to do that. Like, if you're so sure of yourself, you're just like, you're the price? Yeah, I agree, babe. Of course you're a price. Look at you, a fine ass price. That's the kind of vibe you want to bring to the table, right? As opposed to engage in unnecessary arguments. It's not just this one talking point. It's any talking point. You find yourself in a toxic argument because you have the need to be right. You have all the stats and the facts and the statistics, and then you wonder why you got ghosted. You don't feel safe around you. It's weird. You're supposed to, quote unquote, some people call it simp. It's not simping. It's called retaining your power. You make the other person feel safe and secure around you. You make them feel good around you because you authentically want this person. Remember tip number 5. You focus on what you want. You make them feel good. You make them feel at home around you. That's your job. Your job is not to be right. Right don't get nobody nowhere. Doesn't get people rich. It doesn't. It's the people that get richer, even when it comes to money, are the people who make the rest of the world feel right. They put their own being right to the side, and they make the rest of the world feel right. Right? Look at all your biggest gurus. They made you feel right. A lot of times they follow your symbiotic bullshit because they're making you feel right, and it's putting money in their pocket. Like, that's what it is, right? Anyways, tip number 2. Don't interrogate. Get to know her. I know you wrote down all the questions. You want to know all the facts before you marry this person. What the fuck is talking about marriage when you're getting to know a person? Why are you bringing up marriage? If you're bringing up marriage, you're gonna fail at this. She should be bringing up marriage, and she's probably not gonna say it outright. You will just feel it, and you will know that this chick is ready, and you will feel aligned with that. This is always a move of, no, we should have conversation about everything. That's why you lack game. That's why you're missing out big time, and that's why you're dating in your fucking 55, 66 years old. You're not understanding that we're humans and we're spirit, and the stats are what they are. They are recorded events. They're not designed for you to create your outlook on life. Don't interrogate. Get to know her. If there are any kind of facts that you need to know, learn how to listen and note them in between the conversation. It should be a conversation. All right, tip number 1. This is the greatest tip of them all. This right here is the greatest tip of them all. Have fun. Don't forget to have fun, man. Don't forget to have fun. You gotta have fun, man. You have to have fun. Like, what's the point of life if you don't have fun? Oh yeah, so I should put on my blindfold and have fun. Yeah, motherfucker, have fun. Don't forget to have fun ever.